Hey folks, Doff Andale here, and I've got a thrift video for you. I have some CDs and LPs that I bought either at the Goodwill across the street from where I work, or I picked them up at the flea market that was held at the Kentucky Fair and Expo Center last week. And try to remind you which ones are which. The first two CDs, as we jump into this stack, came from the Goodwill, and they were $1 a piece, and I found a couple of good ones, I think. The first one's kind of it's an oddity. It's a Halloween CD, and this is a Halloween cocktail party. What's fascinating about this CD is that it's Halloween classic songs with the holiday theme of Halloween, and it's done swing style. So we've got swing versions of songs like Evil Ways, That Old Black Magic, Witchy Woman, I Put a Spell on You, Witchcraft, Monster Mash, Bad Moon Rising, Welcome to My Nightmare. And then it's got like finishes off the runtime with spooky sounds, so that they give you 74 minutes worth of songs and then sound effects. But I did pop this in and I listened to a little of the music, and I think I'm really going to dig this. Those Halloween songs done in swing style sound really good. So I think that's a winner. Then I picked up Mary Chapin Carpenter, and this is Party Doll and Other Favorites, which tends to make me think that maybe this is a comp. But that's not a bad place to start. It was $1. I am not too familiar with Mary Chapin Carpenter. I have heard her name a lot, and this is a good way to start off on an artist that I'm just not that familiar with. Not familiar with at all, really. Don't think that we're going to get a good track listing there. If you can read that, you're doing pretty good. Yeah, so it's Mary Chapin Carpenter, Party Doll. The next two CDs come from a vendor at the flea market at the Kentucky Expo Center. These were the most expensive. I did pay $5 a piece for them, but they were awfully good, and I think $5 definitely keeps them in the thrift category, because you're not going to find them for that kind of price. And the first one is the Clark Sisters, Icon. Just been getting into them. They had a special done, a movie. I think it was Lifetime that did it, and it's on Vudu. So I picked up the movie there and watched it, and I got their latest studio album. This is a live recording. It's good. I've already listened to it. This is a group that you'll also hear a lot about if you go over to Vinyl Talk with Tavis. He's a big fan of the Clark Sisters, and I guess it was his talking about them that kind of got me excited about them. And so I've looked. I keep my eyes out for their stuff, because the Clark Sisters aren't the easiest group to find out there. And so I was really pleased to pick up a live recording of theirs where they're doing their classic songs, and that's the Clark Sisters. I know the next group very well, another vocal group. We're talking the Gaither Vocal Band, and I know this lineup as well for the most part. Looks like Mark Lowry, Michael English, Bill Gaither, David Phelps, but now I don't know this young man. It was clearly done on the prestigious Cracker Barrel label. You know, I say that jokingly, but I've gotten a lot of good CDs at Cracker Barrel. And it's just stuff that I really enjoy, and some of it's pretty exclusive. Kind of fold out. You might get a better track listing from that. Yeah. But, of course, I'm always down for some Gaither vocal band. The next group of CDs I bought from a buyer that I really wish I had maybe had a little more money and could, because he had some great CDs and he was only charging $2.50 for each one, and I got some really good stuff. There was more stuff there that I really wanted, but I was trying to be good and not spend too much. So anyway, yeah, so the single CDs I'm about to show you were $2.50. Got a couple of double CD sets and Fat Boys, and those were $5 each, but you know, all good stuff. The first one, I don't do a whole lot of punk, and this is more 90s punk. This is MXPX Panic. Really out of my wheelhouse, but this is one of those groups that I stumbled across, and I like this band. I don't, like I said, I don't have a lot of this type of music, and but I like this group, so I picked it up. MXPX Panic. I had never seen this album before, so glad to have that. In my last video, I talked a lot about Neil Young and the connectedness of all these groups in Southern California doing kind of Southern California country rock, I guess. And I finally got my first Buffalo Springfield CD. This is retrospective. The best of Buffalo Springfield. And of course, Buffalo Springfield is the group where Neil Young was playing with guys like Messina, from Loggins and Messina, Jim Messina, and Richie Furay of Poco. And that they were all in this group together. And so when I saw this, I knew I had to bring it home and kind of continue my self-education in that genre. I decided to try a couple of other bands that I've heard of forever and a day, but have just never picked any of their stuff up. The first band, Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. I was really looking for Aja. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But that's the one that I picture in my head when I think of Steely Dan. Whether it's marketing or what, I don't know. But the guy that I was talking to said, hey, Can't Buy a Thrill is my favorite Steely Dan album. And so I picked it up, and I immediately recognized a few of the songs. Good album. Glad I decided to try out some Steely Dan. I also picked up Jethro Tull, Aqualung, and enjoyed this. I've been seeing it forever, and curiosity just got the best of me. I thought, I need to know what this album sounds like. So I picked it up. I probably don't need to talk about it too much, because I'm sure most people know Jethro Tull and Aqualung, but I didn't. So I'm glad to have it now. Now for the two Fat Boys. I'm a big Bob Dylan fan, and they had the anniversary, what is this, the 30th anniversary concert celebration with all kinds of people I love on here, like Neil Young, Eric Clapton's on here, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I'm just kind of looking around, and Johnny Cash with June Carter Cash, and Chris Christopherson's on here, Johnny Winter, Ron Wood, John Mellencamp. Yeah, Stevie Wonder. Yeah, that's such a stellar lineup. One of the few Metallica CDs that is not in my collection was this. Metallica Live Duty, yeah, Binge and Purge. So I think I found the DVD used somewhere a couple years ago, and now I've got the CD. I thought maybe at some point these all came in like a box, and but I don't have the box. I don't know what I would be missing, but I now have the 2 CD set, and like I said, I got the DVDs a couple years ago. Now let's take a look at some vinyl, and I've got a couple albums that I picked up at the Goodwill, and of course they were $1 each. Great performances. This is Rachmaninoff. I try to pick up these albums whenever I see them, especially in good shape. The Good Performance series that are like this, that kind of look like a newspaper. But I'm not huge into classical, but I see these type of albums all the time. The vinyl looks excellent. It's on that Great Performance centering, and I'm telling you, it looks clean. But that's the way it is with a lot of classical records. It looks like people haven't played them. So, gonna give that a cleaning and give her a spin. Then I found a sealed record, and this is That Handyman with Hot Cotton Jazz Band with Ruby Wilson. And I've never heard of them. Could be a local band. Not sure. But it looked fun. And you just can't beat a sealed copy of a record for $1. But that does, this band, let you see that band. That looks like that's a good time. So, looking forward to playing this. The next albums came from the Flea market, and the first album that I found there was another Great Performances record. This one's on Gershwin, and so obviously I picked it up. Hopefully I can get that sticker off, and this is, again, it's a great looking record. Great Performances. That's actually, I didn't notice it on the other one, but it's got CBS at the bottom. So this is obviously a Columbia Records series. Then I picked up Cheryl Ladd, and it was mainly because she's one of Charlie's Angels. I remember watching her as a kid. I don't even know what kind of album this is, but it was $1, and a familiar face from when I was young, and so I thought I'd pick it up. The center sleeve has some splits, got some interesting shots of her, but it looks clean as a whistle. It's on Capitol. Then I picked up Tanya Tucker. Love her. And this is Tear Me Apart. And I was glad to find it. This is on MCA. Kind of a brown label. I'm used to the rainbow label for MCA. I also found a Statler Brothers album, The Country America Loves. I like the Statler Brothers. I have a lot of their albums. I wasn't going to pass up an album with them wearing those suits, though. That's some that's a fit. I'm telling you. suit like that kind of reminded me, I gotta be honest, it kind of reminds me of Evil Knievel's old suits. Anyway, that's on Mercury. Album looks spectacular. Can't believe, because I only paid like $1 or $2 for these albums, and they just look spectacular. And finally, J. Kess and the Imperials. This is an oldie. To Sing is the Thing. There's the back. And I'm not sure about this lineup. I do. A couple guys I recognize. That looks like Jim Murray. That's definitely Armin Morales. And that looks like Gary McSpadden to me. Gary McSpadden would then go on to the Gaither Trio. I'm guessing this is J. Kess, but I'm not sure. And who would this gentleman be? I really don't know. And it doesn't really say in the credits on the back of the album. This is on Heartwarming. So I hope you enjoyed that stack of records and CDs. I had a good time that day. Hung out with Mandy and Vin Morielli, who you have seen. Mandy has... we used to do the Mandy and Me live streams where we talked about movies. Vin has been on and talked a couple times, and I just hung out with them and then went around and looked at all of the tables, and that's what I came away with. So anyway, for me, for this goofball, Jake! Oh, well, that turned him the wrong way. All right, so for him and Aretha and myself, and I'm going to try to set that right. So we just hope you're having a great week, and we'll see you soon. Until then, peace.